Everybody knows what ACAM is. So we're going to go quickly right into how to make, or what decisions are driving you toward taking the ACAM model if you're eligible for it or not. And so just the very first question, the election deadline is November 1st. When should I file my letter? This is one question that many of our clients have had. Should I wait right until November 1st? Should I file it as soon as I possibly can? And we have been recommending at Olsen Thielen that our clients wait at least until we get some more of the details coming out on what could change the factors for the ACAM model. Last week was a tremendous amount of activity at the FCC with public notices and pieces of information, and that was helpful for a lot of the people looking and comparing it if they were going to take the ACAM model or not. So from the public notices that came out last week, we've drawn the conclusion that now is you're going to get about as much information as you can at this point. So filing a letter now would be a safe thing to do. But others are waiting until November 1st.
Yeah, we've taken the same approach. Originally, we said let's wait till about a week before the November 1st deadline. But I think almost all information that's going to come out is out already. One thing that bothers us, everything else you file at the FCC, you get some type of a document back that you filed it electronically. This one, you email a letter to an email address. And we talked to Katie King at the FCC, and we said, is there going to be some type of a confirmation back? And she got back to us a couple days ago and said yes. But we had a Wisconsin company that sent in their election letter, I think on August 4th, like the day after their model election. It took them 5 weeks for them to send out a confirmation for that company. So we're saying if you are electing models, make sure you ask your consultant to get a hold of Katie King if you haven't gotten confirmation back.
So the second question is, if you're not going to elect a model, should you submit a letter to the FCC? It is voluntary. It is optional if you want to send a letter. We are recommending that if you are eligible for the model, that you do send a letter declining the acceptance of the model. For those of you that are not eligible for the model, no action is needed.
I guess from our standpoint, we've just said no actions needed. You only send in something if you're going to elect model-based support.
If I elect the model, what if the number of locations exceed actual physical addresses? So this is one of the things about the data that many companies are finding when they start to look at their build-out obligations, is the model says that they need to build out 100 addresses, and they only have 80 physical addresses that they would need to build out to. And so what do you do then?
You're trapping me here. This has been a huge issue because what the FCC did, they took the year 2010 census to come up with the locations. And what we're hearing is the census aren't always the most accurate. So you may have a lot of census blocks where there's too many locations listed. And this came up on a webcast that the FCC had last week, and they basically said if you have that situation, we're too busy right now to hear from you, but after the November 1 election, if you know you don't have nearly enough locations, you should bring it to their attention. But the drawback to that, they'll reduce your ACAM support amount, and they'll reduce your number of locations. From our standpoint, Dave Wolf was in Wisconsin a 3 weeks ago giving a presentation about out-of-the-box thinking, and we're thinking that trailer parks in some of your census blocks would be really good to add locations. Because when you get down to it, if you're at the $200 cap, that over 10 years you're getting $24,000 for that location. It'd be really hard to give that up.